The Invincible podcast here on YouTube. It's me, Eldin, here alongside Arjun. Today we're going to talk about our match reviews.
Yeah, so the first game we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about, is the Fulham Chelsea game. So going into the match, we lost to City 3-1 in the league, and we beat Morecambe in the FA Cup 4-0. So looking at the lineups, there were a lot of changes. So James was still out of the game. So Aspi, which is a good replacement for our right back position. Jorginho came in, and our front three were Ziyech, Giroud, Pulisic. Werner was benched, and Havertz. So this is like kind of a wake up call for them. But in the game, as you guys may know, that it didn't really matter that they came on because when Werner came on, he was atrocious. But going into the game, I felt like we completely deserved the result. I felt like we should have scored more. Well, Fulham originally, I was kind of scared because Fulham drew with Spurs, and Fulham are now a pushover that many sides would think they would do, like in their matches against them. And defensively, they haven't scored. I mean, conceded much, probably like one or two, or maybe none at all. So I was expecting a tough match, and we weren't even in good form. But this is a must-win match that Lampard had to win because he's in hot waters right now, and he's about to lose his job if he doesn't win this match. But yeah, Fulham had a red card in the game. So Anthony Robinson, it was at the end of the first half, and I forgot who he tackled. It was Aspie. So Aspie tried to challenge a ball which didn't even matter if he won it or not, because probably the full time whistle was going to, I mean, not the full time, the halftime whistle was going to blow. And I don't know, there was no reason for Anthony Robinson. He just comes, swoops in 2-footed onto, not 2-footed, but he threw his whole body against Aspie's right leg, and that force legit like probably toppled him over like 360. And there was no arguments at all. Like Anthony Robinson, he should have just got like suspended for that. I don't know why he was arguing in the first place. But the chances, I felt like, were created through Mason Mount. Mason Mount had his hard share of hate, probably from Chelsea fans early on to the season, but I feel like he deservedly consistently been placed into the squad, and it shows because in that match, I don't know why, but this match for me, Mason Mount just was just destroying Fulham. I don't know why, but he just felt like at a different level than I usually watch him. Creating so many chances, dribbled by so many players, and for one thing that he's underrated at besides his chance creation is that his like worth ethic, his work rate is top notch, and he plays 90 minutes each week and doesn't get rest. And yeah, there might be jokes that like Lampard and Mason Mount are father and son relationship, but it's like nothing related to that because he just deserves to be in the spot. And one noticeable thing is that Zuma got benched by Rudiger. And, Zuma throughout the season, he's been scoring a lot of goals for us. And he's very, very good in the air. But Fulham really doesn't use their height as an advantage. But Rudiger came in, which is not a terrible replacement. And it kind of worried me, but Rudiger was amazing. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting much from him because of the lack of match playing time, but Rudiger looked like he was playing back in 2 years ago when he first joined us, and he worked well with Thiago Silva, which was a warning sign because the partnership was already established with Thiago Silva and Zuma. But yeah, so we got the breaking goal. I mean, the deadlock broken by Mason Mount's volley, which he fully deserved. And Werner disappointed off the bench, missed like a one-on-one. I don't know. I don't know how many, not how many days, how many matches it'll take for us to keep saying that okay, he needs to adapt. He needs to adapt because we don't know how many matches he needs because it's already halfway through the season. I really hope he improves, but yeah, fully deserved 3 points, and I'm really excited for the Leicester game. But yeah, how about you, Eldon?
That was the Chelsea one. Now we're talking about the current most informed team in the Premier League, and that's Manchester City. So City had Crystal Palace at home. This was the second game after what we ended up beating. It was right before that we ended up, what was it, Brighton 1-0. We had Palace, should have been 2 straight wins. Pretty good game overall. I think earlier before the game, United and Liverpool 0-0. So it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted, because now with a win from us takes us to second. With a win from us, we go 1 game behind United, 2 points behind. If we win that game in hand, we're top of the league. That's perfect. So this was a must win for us, and our lineup went just like this. Ederson in goal. So once again, his second game back. It's nice to have him back, but Stefan did do good. Walker, yeah, he got the nod to start ahead of Cancelo. Stones, Diaz, the best center back partnership in the Premier League right now. Best center back partnership. And then Zinchenko, who's been getting a good run of games so far at left back. But that's probably going to change, depending going with the way our left backs go. De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Gundogan, and then front three of Jesus, Sterling, and Bernardo Silva.
Best partnership behind Thiago Silva and Zuma. But yeah, keep on.
Yes. Zuma got dropped, so I don't even think you can count them as a partnership anymore. But yep, game starts. I think we were able to get into our rhythm in this game. We were passing well. We weren't really conceding many chances. I think overall in the game, Palace had 2 shots, none of them on target. That's like what, so far in the last 2 games, we've only had 1 shot on target against us out of a combined of 4 shots. So I think that's great from us. We had 6 shots on target and 13 shots in total. We dominated the ball like always. This was the game on, if you guys take a look back at my Brighton review, this was the one game where I said it's always been tricky for us as City. As a fan, whenever you play Palace, it's always something happening against Palace. Either we ended up getting a big injury, we drop points, we lose, whatever. But this game just went perfectly. Stones, 26th minute. I don't know if you watched the game, but hold De Bruyne's ball in the first half to Stones. I mean, please,
good.
I want Fernandez fans to now, or Thiago fans, Liverpool fans, please, one of you two, tell me how you guys can compare your players with De Bruyne. De Bruyne continues week in and week out, show you. I mean, that ball was fantastic. Outside of the foot, right-footed, outside of it was just perfect, right to Stones, and Stones gets a goal. It was his first Premier League goal for us, actually. First Premier League goal. You got to give it to him. He's been playing fantastic. So 1-0, going into half, 1-0. We dominated the first half, and it was just perfect. We got the good goal. It was just on keeping it close, keeping it tight, and then second half exploding from there, because we haven't been well, and we haven't played well in the second half this whole season. Second halves have not been our halves, but this second half was great. Gundogan, 56th minute, he ended up scoring. I think he's been playing fantastic as well. Scored against Chelsea. He's been scoring. He's been assisting. He's played fantastic, and he deserves to be starting more. Sometimes it's always different with Gundogan, because he's always playing good. He always has those runs where he plays good, and then he drops down, and he does. It's tough for him because he's got Rodri, De Bruyne. At that point, Silva was also here. David Silva was here, but I think now without David Silva, him and Foden are getting more minutes, and it's perfect. Foden came in after that, and then Stones with the second goal. That came from a corner. De Bruyne crosses it in, and then I think it was Diaz who got a header blocked, and Stones was right there to put it in. It was his brace from him. Let me tell you a stat that I saw on Twitter. Stat of the day. Stones this season has scored more goals than he has conceded. He's scored 3 goals. He's conceded 2 all season. Best center back in the world. Who's Van Dijk? Where's he at?
See it against Callum Hudson-Odoi and Semi Ajayi.
Oh, Yeah, hey, listen. Now you're just trying to listen. You do not have the best defense in the world. You don't. We've conceded only 13 goals in the Premier League. How much have Chelsea conceded? 23. A whole 10.
So
10
when are you
goals.
gonna use like Laporte, Ake, you know?
They're injured. I don't know what you're on about. They're injured.
Well, Ake isn't.
Yeah, he's been
I,
injured.
no way he isn't.
He's been injured. He hasn't even, I don't even, let me take a look at this bench. If you look at the bench, Ake was not on the bench. He's been
What about
injured.
Laporte?
Laporte either. Yeah, and Laporte's out for the Villa game too, as well as Aguero.
Man, they're not even gonna play anymore after that. After
But
they
yeah,
come back.
3-0 at that point. Ferran Torres came back. He came in for Gundogan. Cancelo came in for De Bruyne. And then free kick. Now look at this. The Sterling over here taking free kicks now for us. Scores it.
Can't even
Fantastic free
take
kick.
penalties.
Can't take penalties, but he scored free kicks. We ended up beating Palace 4-0. Like I said, this was the one game where it's like, it's always tricky for us. We don't know, like, something always happens. Either someone gets injured, we either drop points, one or the other. But today, this game was perfect. We go to Villa now. We play Villa, they've been iffy. They've been iffy. If you take a look, what? No, that was who did they play last? No, they had their last two games canceled.
Yeah, COVID.
So I mean, there hasn't been any. The last game they played was against United, where they lost 2-1. So I don't know. That early run of form that they had is kind of slowing down. I think we're looking crazy good defensively. Offensively, we're picking it back up. Hopefully, Jesus can start. I want to see Foden start. That's my go. I'm hoping Foden starts because he can, inject a lot of pace and a lot of energy, right off the gate against Villa. I think I would rather do Jesus, Sterling, and then Foden. Maybe keep the midfield the same. Maybe you can switch out Fernandinho, put in Rodri, whichever. I think I think that's what Guardiola's going to do. He's going to be switching in and out. De Bruyne, Gundogan have to start. The two defenders the center backs have to start. I'd go with Cancelo and Zinchenko, Ederson, but I think the Crystal Palace game, was perfect. 4-0, 3 points, and now what? We sit second behind United. We are 2 points behind. Now we got Leicester to play Chelsea. We have United who are going to play as well. At the same time, we play Villa. United play Fulham. And then Liverpool play the day after against Burnley. So it's just, if United can drop points against Fulham, perfect. That's going to let us go on top of the league. If Liverpool drop even more points, that's perfect. We grow our lead against Liverpool because we're 1 point behind Liverpool and we're 1 point. I mean, we're one game behind and we're 1 point ahead. So this season's been all over the place, but we're looking like we have the best, run of form, and we're undefeated 14-ish games so far. So we're looking perfect. Amazing game against Palace, and I think we're gonna do it again against Villa.
Oh, you guys have lucky run of fixtures.
Lucky run of fixtures.
I mean, not lucky, but like
We've only had 2 losses this season.
I guess you could say it's lucky because I don't see that throughout our seasons.
Listen. The thing is, we've only, for a bad start, we only lost 2 games. Liverpool's only lost 2 games. They're the only team that's lost 2 games as well. But like, for a bad start to only lose 2 games and then be in this kind of position, I'll take it. People were saying
you guys lose?
we lost to what? Leicester
Tottenham, right?
and Tottenham. At that point, Leicester were title rivals, and then Tottenham were so-called title rivals. You know what I'm saying? People are saying Tottenham was going to win the Premier League.
Drew with Leeds, drew with West Brom.
We drew with Leeds. Okay, you know what? That's the thing. We always find a way to drop points against at least one of the teams that come up. Last season was Norwich. You know what I'm saying? We always find a way to drop points like that. What, Leeds? Okay. Who else did we drop points? We drew with Liverpool. We drew with United, which we should have won both games, but that's neither here or there. So that's who else did we draw against?
I don't know how many.
2 more draws West Brom, which should have never been a draw. We should have won that game, and then I forgot who else we drew. Oh, West Ham.
West Ham,
Yeah,
really?
we drew against West Ham, 1-1. But that was during this, that was during the West Brom, West Ham, Leeds. That was during, beginning of the season. That was like when a lot of people were saying, "Ooh, Guardiola should be sacked, Guardiola this and Guardiola that." And we're gonna bring in Haaland next season.
No, I mean I think we have a better chance of bringing Haaland.
He was a City fan.
Okay, so
He's gonna come back to City. Why won't he work with Guardiola? Why wouldn't you replace Aguero so he doesn't have to compete for the first team spot? So it's not like
he has
he's
Jesus.
gonna,
He has Aguero
okay.
still staying.
If he signs a contract, but it'll be. But we're still gonna sign a striker. We've said that we're still gonna sign a striker regardless of if Aguero stays or not.
Man, Haaland, he'll have a guaranteed spot.
Really. The way you guys are, Mount has got a guaranteed spot over here. Werner,
man, I don't know.
Werner's going to be starting, missing chances for you guys. How's he going to be sitting on the bench?
Look, we're going to have a duo partnership, Werner and Haaland.
Maybe
big guy, Werner plays well off of a big guy like Haaland.
That is true.
And he's faster than.
Why don't you bring in Lukaku back?
Lukaku, dude, he's thriving in Italy. He doesn't want to come back, man.
Hey, you never know. He hasn't won a Premier League.
I want Conte back, but you can't get what you wish for.
Hey, Conte could leave. Wait, what's happening? Is AC Milan still top of the league over there?
I think Inter bounced back with their win against Juve. So.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Antonio Conte.
I mean, AC Milan is still winning by 3 points though.
He gave his identity with that 3-5-2, and he was crazy on the pitch. But he got what, 5th or 4th in the league or something?
Yeah.
And I think he got 5th, and then he did get top 4, sacked. It was just
Bayern's winning the league over here.
Yeah, Atletico is top. They have 2 games in hand. So.
Oh yeah, Atletico's top with 2 games in hand. You're right.
Yeah, crazy over there.
Has Dominic Silajobaji? I can't even say his name, dude. How do you say even his name?
Who?
Yeah.
Shabushly?
Yeah, Silajobaji.
Yeah, Shabushly.
For Leipzig. Has he made his debut? I'm excited, but I don't know why, but I'm excited to watch him. I feel like he's gonna thrive in Leipzig.
Everybody thrives in Leipzig.
He's big. He's fast. He's got a finish. I feel like he's gonna be good. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Hey, if Chelsea were to sign now, they're probably not gonna sign anyone. But if they were to sign someone right now in January, who would you want? What position would you want filled up? Now that we're halfway kind of in the season, and what player? But it has to be realistic.
Dang. I don't think we need a winger and forward if we're trusting. Midfield is bad. Maybe a young defender to replace Thiago Silva. Yeah, or maybe a long-term young goalkeeper, because Mendy is not that young. But maybe another.
Yeah, but January signings aren't for long-term. It's for right now kind of thing, to help you push through the season. It can even be a loan.
Oh, right now to help you through the season?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right now, who would you want to help you in the season?
God, it's weird to say. I feel like we don't need anyone, but we.
I mean, you guys are really stacked. You guys have a crazy squad.
It's that the squad is now motivated enough. It doesn't feel like it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just
see what you mean.
we need anything. Yeah.
I personally would bring in a striker, fucking Danny Ings type of thing.
Danny Ings,
dude, someone like that. I don't know who's top. Okay, if we're looking at top goal scorers right now, top of the league,
Bamford.
I doubt Bamford.
Nah, Bamford, he loves it over there.
He's not good enough though. Personally,
Zaha won't go to City.
Zaha, no, he wouldn't thrive here.
Lacazette?
Maupe?
Nah,
he's big, kind of.
Yeah, he's kind of big.
Fucking Watkins. Give us Watkins. But not
Watkins. Yeah, he won't.
Fucking Antonio.
Oh, bro, Antonio's so good. I don't know. He has a good hold of play, but he's not fit because he got it.
That's the thing. All I know is this season's gonna be crazy, but we have a chance of winning the Prem.
Yeah, sadly you do. I have to bite the bullet on that one. You guys will win the league.
Well, you guys have Leicester next. We have Villa next.
Mm,
Now, you at the time of recording, we've already watched the Leicester and Chelsea game, but we're not going to
yeah,
say anything. We're going to drop that video
it's
in
a
a
good
couple
game.
days once City and Villa play. But yeah, once again, oh yeah, if you guys haven't checked out our video, we did drop our
Hmm.
Ballon d'Or video that came out earlier today. So make sure you guys check that out, like it, subscribe to our channel if you aren't subscribed. We're just trying to build this up right now. We're at 25, or is it
Hmm.
25 or is it 24 subscribers?
25.
25 subscribers. Let's get this up to 50 now. That's the new goal. 50 subscribers. We're slowly making our way up. Help us along this journey. And, we just like talk. We love to talk about football. So, like,
Hmm.
just help us out and we can continue talking. Maybe one day,
For sure.
have a full Zoom with a bunch of football fans.
Hmm.
We, let, you know, that could be something. If we grow if y'all help us grow, maybe
Need
last day
people.
of the season, we get all 20, one person representing all 20 teams, big Zoom last day of the season.
Oh, that'll be sick.
Watch along. Tell me that wouldn't be lit.
Yeah, no, that'll be awesome.
If we get 100 followers by then, we'll do that.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
100 followers by the end of the season. But yeah, guys, subscribe, like, comment, all that. Check our other videos. Just support us. And we're going to talk to you guys later.